There is a lesson that almost everyone learns too late. We spend years trying to control the world around us, the opinions of strangers, the actions of other people, the outcome of every situation, and in that endless struggle, we lose control of the only thing that ever truly belonged to us, our own mind. More than 2,000 years ago, a Roman emperor named Marcus Aurelius wrote words that were never meant for the public. They were reminders to himself. He wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Imagine that. The most powerful man in the Roman Empire still had to remind himself not to be controlled by the world, because power does not remove suffering. Wealth does not remove fear. Success does not silence anxiety. The human mind has always fought the same battles. The Stoics understood something that modern society often forgets. Your greatest enemy is rarely another person. It is the version of yourself that reacts without thinking, that fears without reason, that chases approval from people who are too busy chasing approval themselves. Epictetus was born a slave. He owned nothing. He controlled almost nothing. Yet he became one of history's greatest philosophers, not because he changed his circumstances, but because he mastered his response to them. He taught, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Think about that. Not what happens, how you respond. That single difference has separated the resilient from the broken for thousands of years. Most people believe happiness begins when life finally becomes easy. The Stoics believe the opposite. A calm mind is not the reward for a perfect life. It is the skill that allows you to survive, an imperfect one. Seneca, one of Rome's greatest thinkers, warned us centuries ago, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." Read that again. Not reality, imagination. How many nights have been ruined by problems that never happened? How many opportunities have been abandoned because of fears that never became real? The prison was never outside, it was inside the mind. This is the hardest Stoic lesson. Life will never ask if you are ready. People will disappoint you. Plans will fail. Loved ones will leave. Health will change. Fortunes will rise and fall. Nothing external was ever promised. The mistake is believing that permanence exists. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself every day, everything changes. Every victory, every failure, every emotion, every season of life. When you truly understand this, you stop clinging, you stop panicking, you stop demanding that life obey your expectations. Instead, you learn to adapt, like water finding its way through stone. Another Stoic truth almost nobody wants to hear. You cannot become wise without discomfort. Every challenge carries a lesson. Every failure reveals a weakness. Every criticism offers an opportunity to become stronger. The obstacle is never just an obstacle. It is the training ground. This is why Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." The obstacle is the path, not the interruption, not the punishment, the path itself. Imagine if every setback stopped feeling like the end and started feeling like preparation. How differently would you live? How much fear would disappear? The Stoics never promised an easy life. They promised a stronger mind, one that could remain steady when the world became chaotic, one that valued character above comfort, virtue above applause, wisdom above popularity. One day, every one of us will learn the hardest Stoic lesson. Some discover it after losing everything. Some discover it after wasting years chasing things that never brought peace. The fortunate ones learn it before life forces them to, because in the end, the greatest victory was never over another person. It was over yourself, your fear, your anger, your ego, your attachment. Master those, and no circumstance can truly defeat you. The world will always remain uncertain, but your mind doesn't have to. That is the lesson most people learn far too late.